Good morning, Pundia to Dubai. I hope that everyone is cool. If the voice is clear, no noise, let me know. If still there is problem, let me know that as well. Just need to make sure that you guys can hear me perfectly. Bom dia, como vai? Okay, Aurelio, good morning. You guys can hear me, right? Yes, clear. Thank you, Jerry, for confirming that you guys can hear me. Thank you so much. Glad you are back. Hey, Seth, how are you, man? Khalid, good afternoon. Ganjan, thank you, brother, for confirming. Just when I don't speak actually. I know little word, but this time I will learn the language actually. Or Joachim. I will learn this time, inshallah. Khali, thank you, man, for confirming. Hasab, I'm cool, man. Matthew, I'm cool. Good afternoon, Madolana, Dolana. Jerry, good morning. Who else is here? Anybody else is here? I know personally. Okay, Aiko, salam, walaikum salam, brother. Sounds clear, but the microphone captures movement sounds, or maybe it's the wind sound. Okay, let me actually switch off the fan. Just give me one moment. Is that okay now? I hope that it's okay now. Good evening, hit him up. Good evening, Danichi. Good morning, brother. Harkit, good morning, brother. Shachin, good morning. I think now there is no noise. If still there is noise, let me know. I will just I'll fully switch off the fan, man. It's too hot over here, actually. It's fine now. Thank you, Madi. Zajiban, good morning. RS, good morning, brother. Let's talk about the price action a bit, then we'll do the gradings. This run was expected. We knew it that this market is going to go higher. This is the last line where I'm expecting this market will reach before any kind of retracement from the weekly chart for NQ. Those people who are struggling with the bias, please listen to me very carefully. I'm going from weekly chart to 1 minute chart. All of this time frame I'm going to cover. So please listen to me very carefully how I do this type of top-down analysis. From the weekly chart, I'm not coming here. What do I have here? Why I was looking for buy exactly from there. I'm not going over there, but right now we all knew that this market will be bullish for the all-time high as well as for the moon. Okay, it is going to the moon. But before going to that moon, you know that no market go like this or no market fall like this, right? There should be some kind of retracement. I'm expecting that retracement will happen from that last fair value gap from the weekly chart. Okay, but if this market doesn't retrace from this area, instead it went through this last fair value gap, then of course I will expect the retracement after the all-time high has been taken. This is low probability to me. Instead of that, this is high probability to me. So after the retracement, then it will go higher again and break the last fair value gap. Will go for the all-time high again. That is the first intention to me. I can be wrong for this analysis. Of course, this market can start to fall now and come here as well. It is also possible. But I'm reading the market the way I am used to read this market. So right now I'm thinking this market will be bullish until that last fair value gap from the weekly chart. I don't have anything to say from the weekly chart, so I'll go to daily chart now. From daily chart, the same thing. This is that area where I'm expecting this market will reach for. I was confused that if market give me some kind of retracement from the daily chart, not from the weekly chart, from the last fair value gap. So you have seen this small retracement until this bullish fair value gap from the daily chart. We got it. I was expecting this market will fall very near to the 50% of that week. I was expecting that fall, but market didn't do that. It has used this fair value gap to go higher again. Is there anything wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? No, sir. I'm absolutely right. If this market would fall, keep falling, then it could go maximum to the near of this 50% weak 50%. It didn't fall. I don't need to see that fall. I was bullish. Market respected from that bullish fair value gap. Retracement, or sorry, a bit reaction from the last fair value gap here. This is that last fair value gap. Got a bit reaction from there, sent the market lower, trade that bullish fair value gap, went higher. This bullish market should keep going high until that last fair value gap from the weekly chart. Here, a very small gap around this area, a very small gap from the weekly chart, sorry, daily chart. I will talk about this area while I will be in hourly chart, but right now I'm not watching this gap at all. Instead of that, I'm more confident about this gap, that market will reach to that gap, as I don't have any buy side liquidity, nothing. Inside of this gap, I have the entry fair value gap from the daily chart. So this is the entry fair value gap. This market can reach maximum to the daily chart, or week can trade the last fair value gap from the daily chart. To that specific leg, this is all the last fair value gap. To that specific leg here, this is the last fair value gap, this is the entry fair value gap. So what else can happen? From the daily chart, it can come until this area by week or by body, doesn't matter. But from the weekly chart, I want to see the body will close inside this gap. If I see this, then I will expect some kind of reaction before going higher again to the all-time high. If the weekly body close above this weekly bearish fair value gap, then I will expect that market is going to take that all-time high before any kind of retracement. We'll talk about this later, but right now this is the area where I'm watching that this market will come to this fair value gap. This is the hourly chart, and as you can see, this is the hourly last fair value gap here. To that specific leg, this is the last fair value gap. Just below this area, here we have the entry fair value gap from the daily chart. If you don't forget, below this entry fair value gap from the daily chart, I have this relatively equal highs, which is exactly to the 50% of that weekly bearish fair value gap. If this market can break that last fair value gap from the hourly chart, then this buy side liquidity is going to be taken. If this market take that buy side liquidity, what else do you see? It will trade the weekly bearish fair value gap. It will trade the daily last fair value gap. Lot of defend will be there, and this defending will defend the market and send it lower. So I am not expecting any kind of bearish run today until this market is not reaching to this last fair value gap. So until this last fair value gap from the hourly chart, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. After reaching to this area, then maybe I will start to look for any kind of selling opportunity from here, any kind of selling opportunity. Now, brother, you told that you are not expecting any kind of retracement until this market doesn't reach to this weekly fair value gap. I was talking about the retracement from the weekly chart. Okay, so weekly retracement, but weekly retracements, I mean here, all of this thing you can see here from the hourly chart, right? This market went higher, then retrace, went higher, retrace, went higher, retrace, went higher again, retrace, went higher, retrace. This all the retracement happened in hourly chart. But from weekly chart, how do you look this market? It's an extremely bullish, right? Bullish candle, indecisive candle, but that was also bullish run. Market fall until this area, then come here, bullish run. This is so far, this is the bullish run. So from the weekly chart, one candle, I'm going to divide it by hourly chart, so many candles. So in hourly chart, I can expect some kind of retracement from the hourly chart, okay? But from the weekly chart, this market will keep going higher over here. If you ask me what should I do over here, I should keep looking for the buying opportunity until this area. While this market will come here, I'm done for trading. I'm not interested to trade anymore to this market until it's not broken. If it is broken, then I will start to look for the buying opportunity until this relatively equal highs over here. That relatively equal highs, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity until that area. So what else do I have here from the hourly chart? Do I have any liquidity that is so obvious to me? No, I don't have any. Do I have any fair value gap that is so obvious to me? No, I don't have any. So while I have nothing here which is so obvious from the hourly chart, instead of this last fair value gap, I would love to go to the 15-minute chart. If there was some kind of liquidity, like yesterday I showed you the liquidity, remember, from the hourly chart, that was too obvious to me. Yeah, that was also from the 15-minute chart as well. That liquidity, right? Relatively equal highs, that was from 15-minute chart as well. but it was too clean from hourly chart. That's why I marked it yesterday, and I told that this is going to be taken one more time before closing the market. So if you were with me around the PM session in our Discord live, you knew it that we should look for the buy only, because market is going to take that liquidity one more time because of the narrative, because of everything. So while it has taken one more time, then market retrace a bit. Yeah, it has traded this area, which is the bullish parabolic from hourly chart. I'm not interested to watch this bullish parabolic from hourly chart. Instead, I would love to say this is the order block trade. Market has traded the order block and then it went higher. Overall, I don't need it because I don't have anything so obvious over here from hourly chart. I'd love to go to 15-minute chart. Now here I'm in 15-minute chart, and if you take a closer look over here, I have this relatively equal low. So this is my sell side liquidity. This low and those lows are my sell side liquidity. So I have clean sell side liquidity over here. I always look for relatively equal lows as my sell side liquidity. Now why this market fall until this area? What was the reason for falling? Yesterday I have shown you the constant top rejection, constant encroachment rejection of that bullish parabolic. Lowest down close body close candle is going to be my order block, right? That is going to be my order block. Which candle has validated this order block? That candle has validated the order block from the 15-minute chart. So if you mark that order block, extend it to your right, you will see that market left that buy side liquidity, clean buy side liquidity over here around this area, which is called the obvious liquidity. So this is the obvious liquidity. Market left that obvious buy side liquidity, fall again, took the liquidity here. That swing low has been taken here. Why you are talking about the swing low as your liquidity taken? You told that you always look for relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. Now you are saying that it has taken the liquidity, but it's a swing low, it's not relatively equal lows. Why it is important? When I look for the target, okay, for example, I am targeting this market will come here. I need relatively equal highs. If I'm looking for the bull run because of relatively equal highs, I need to see some liquidity has to be taken, and that liquidity I can use swing low. If it is not clear to you, I'm going to repeat it one more time. For example, I'm here, okay, right now this market is exactly over here. So let me actually make it like this way. So right now market is over here. I can see that I have relatively equal highs here. Okay, so this is my target. I am looking for that relatively equal highs as my target. But for example, there is no relatively equal highs instead of single high. No, that's not going to be my target. Why? Because it's not my liquidity, because it is a single high. I'm not looking for this area as my bias. While I have this relatively equal highs, I'm going to look for that as my target or as my buy side liquidity. Now, if I'm looking for that buy side liquidity as my target, I need to see that it has to take some kind of liquidity before going higher. In that type of situation, it can take a swing low for finishing the liquidity taking. Something here, this swing low, okay, I had this relatively equal lows. I don't care about that. That swing low is more obvious. My bias was bullish. I was confident to take the buy above that high. So I was needed that low should be taken, because this is a liquidity taken. Market has taken the liquidity. I can't target it. So if I'm here, for example, I'm here and I'm now going to target this low, no, it's not valid, because this is a single low. You can't target the single low as your bias or as your target. But if you have the relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows, then for example, you have the relatively equal highs. In that type of situation, you can say this is the liquidity taken. So market has taken the swing low. Now it will go for that relatively equal highs. What happened here? This market come to this order block. I would love to mark that order block open. So here, this is that order block open. Market has traded the 15-minute order block, not the main session, sorry. It has traded the order block, took the liquidity. After taking that liquidity, here it has traded a bit more, one more, 2, 3 times, and then it went higher, cleared that buy side liquidity. I don't want to see it will retrace now and take that sell side liquidity. I would love to say this liquidity will be untaken until this market is not coming here. So while this market will come here, from the weekly chart, I need some retracement. In that retracement, this market will go for this sell side liquidity. So I need to see this will be untaken. and I want to say this will keep going higher. But brother, it is in deep premium. Sir, it's not in deep premium. If it was in deep premium, then I wouldn't talk about the buy. If you would love to understand the premium and discount, you have to understand the whole price action from the monthly chart, weekly chart, daily chart. So the way I showed you where the weekly candle is reaching for, where the hourly candle is reaching for, hourly candle, okay? And now I'm showing you the 15-minute candle where it will reach for, okay? If I would love to trade here, I can't take any entry over here. Why? Because it is in deep premium. Brother, you told that it's not in premium. Now you are saying that you are in deep premium. It is going to be the premium when I will be in 1 minute chart. So in 1 minute chart, you can see that this market already left a lot, right? It went too high. So it has already finished the run. There is no liquidity left over there. So now I'm in 1 minute chart. I need to see this market to take some liquidity first before going higher at the beginning of the run. So right now, if I chase this market, then I don't need to see the liquidity taken, but I don't want to chase the market. I would love to see that this market will take some liquidity and then it will start to go higher again until this bullish bearish fair value gap from the hourly chart, which is called the last fair value gap from the hourly chart. So all I need some kind of retracement or fall that will take some liquidity and then it will start to go higher. If it started to go lower to take this sell side liquidity, I will simply do nothing. Simply I will do nothing. Now let's talk about the price action from the CPI. If you are with me for so long, all you know that my most priority is the CPI candle 50%, right? This is the CPI candle. That candle 50% is going to be my target. While this market went higher, right? This is that CPI candle. Then it fall, it went higher, it fall, it went higher, do a lot of things. Which is my first opportunity to take sell. Now let's look at the price action. Which up close body close candle has been violated by a down close body close candle? Okay, this is the first up close body close candle. Of course it didn't violate it. Then there is another up close body close candle, didn't violate it. Another up close body close candle, didn't violate it. Then this up close body close candle that has been violated by a down close candle. You can see here that a specific candle has been violated this order block, right? So this is going to be my order block. I would love to take a sell. I know that this market will reach at least the 50% of that fair value gap that has been created by the CPI. While I got that opportunity from the order block, I would love to take the sell from that order block level here around this area. Around here I have to cover the order block high, which is here. That is the high of that order block, and my target will be the 50% of that CPI 50%, CPI candle fair value gap 50%. That should be my target. So here I will take that sell from there to there. Now as you can see, it's like 1:1, so I can take some partial here and then I can target some kind of lows or maybe that week 50%, and then by trailing stop loss maybe I'll get a stop loss, whatever it is, because this CPI was not that much clean, whatever it is. But you don't need to worry about this fall because you knew it. This market is going to fall for the first time at least until the 50% of that CPI fair value gap. Is there anyone who didn't knew it? Is there anyone who didn't knew it? Now even if I close my trade to the 50%, it's 20 handle. I know it's not enough for you, but it's more than enough for me, by the way. That is the theme, and that is the way I would love to trade. This is how I would love to read the market, or this is how I frame my bias. What is going to be my bias? What I will wait for, like what I'm waiting here now. I'm waiting to see any kind of manipulation. That means market has to take some sell side liquidity to make it discount, because market is in premium from 1 minute chart to take the run, because it is called chasing price. So I need some kind of manipulation first, then I would love to look for the expansion. If it doesn't do that around 9:30, if it make a bullish fair value gap without taking any kind of swing low, then I will use that bullish fair value gap 50% to take my buy again. That means whatever I'm seeing here, I will see the same thing around 9:30. For example, this is just for example, market didn't take any sell side liquidity. Instead, around 9:30, market came here and make a bullish fair value gap around this area. So what I will do, I will wait for market to take some sell side liquidity, then to take buy again here. If it can make a bullish fair value gap, I don't need the manipulation here. If market do that, I will wait for this type of situation. If market doesn't do that, what else it has done? Market went higher, make a bullish fair value gap, retracement, keep going higher, retracement, keep going higher. What I will do? Just nothing. I'll let this go. Without manipulation, no trade is valid to me. What if this market fall around 9:30? It has fallen, okay? It came here. What you will do in that type of situation? I will start to look for a buying opportunity until that week 50%, and then finally until this area. I will look for that buying opportunity. But brother, it actually didn't do that. Instead of that, what happened? Around 9:30, market went here, made a bearish fair value gap, trade that bearish fair value gap, fall again, trade a bearish fair value gap, fall again. Any kind of fall, I will look for buying opportunity. The whole day I'm wrong. This market actually fall and take this sell side liquidity. I will do nothing over here. I will plan my trade first and then I will execute my trade. If it doesn't work with my plan, I'm not interested to trade that market at all. If you have seen my yesterday's execution, I was absolutely worried about here, right? Market went high, fall, retracement, fall, retracement, fall. I was looking for buy, but this market was a falling market. So I was missing every selling opportunity over there, And finally, this market has provided me the execution over here from that order block, if you remember, until that relatively equal highs, which was the buy side liquidity to me. So I actually took that buy from here to until this area, which was 133 handle. Around the PM session, what did you see? I took another buy here, right? Around this area. Remember from the first fair value gap. That was the first fair value gap over here. So I showed you the entry over here. Yeah, that was a loss first, 12 handle loss, and then I got 26 handle profit or something like that. That profit was so obvious. Then market started to fall. What I will do? Nothing. I have nothing to do while this market is falling, because I know that I have to look for buying opportunity. This market came to this last fair value gap from 1 minute chart, came to this last fair value gap, entry fair value gap, trade that entry fair value gap, made the order block valid again, trade that order block, boom, took that buy side liquidity here. If you remember, I told that market is going to take that high, buy anyhow, it is going to take that high. So it has taken that buy side liquidity with a clean move. All of this sell here, I will do nothing over here. The way I left all of this fall, I don't care about those fall. I don't want to take that fall. But brother, I would love to take the sell and the buy from the same market. That is the problem. If you are the beginner, you can't do that. If you do that, you will regret. You have to be confident with one-sided move first. And when you will be confident about that, then you will be able to take both sell and buy. Both sell and buy from the same market. I would love to keep this first presented gap from Monday to my chart until Friday. Okay, so this is the first presented gap, and I would love to extend it to my right. So I'll keep this first presented gap to my chart until Friday. So let's see how this market is going to react by today. Okay, in the meantime, if you would love to take any trade, please go for it. I have no problem. I am not interested. See here, manipulation is done. Now if this market give me any buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy, because the manipulation has been done over here. I will wait for 9:30 open first. Walaikum salam. I didn't know. What is that, brother? 140 viewers. Let's go support the gold. I'm not the gold, brother. I'm learning like you, brother. Thank you, Tamimi, for sharing the Discord link, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, if anyone is interested to join us to our Discord, you can join through that link. It's absolutely free. No need to no need to pay anything. Don't give me any panic. If I don't find any opportunity, I will not trade. But please don't force me, don't push me to take any entry or something. If you find any entry opportunity, go for that. I have no problem with that. You are absolutely you are absolutely okay with your entries. Okay, your entry should be your risk. Don't copy my trade and don't force me to take entries. Thank you so much for understanding. 10,577 subscribers. That's cool. If you're enjoying the stream, kindly smash the like button and do subscribe to our channel. Show your appreciation. Everything in this channel and related platform, Discord and X, are completely free. Thank you, Madhi. Yeah, it's absolutely free, brother. The first presented fair value gap is the second one. It's 930. It should not be 930 by itself. Please verify it. Hey, Imaduddin. I don't know is it visible or not. I write it down, first presented fair value gap according to me. Okay, I clearly write it down here, according to me. I'm better, Al Mahmoud, I'm better. Hello, sister. No, man, I don't have any family members in India or Pakistan. So this is the 930. Let's see how it is going to react. Our first presented fair value gap entry is absolutely no relationship with the price action. So if I get an opportunity from the first presented gap, of course I'll go for that. Hey Jonathan, where are you from, brother? Okay, it's not the first presented gap because market didn't make 5 handle gap, so it's not the first presented gap. I know some of you see the news candle low as a liquidity, news candle high as a liquidity. I don't see them as my liquidity. So if you think that this market is going to take the news candle low or news candle high, you can of course go for the trade. I have no problem with that. I don't see them as my liquidity, so I don't trade them or I don't target them. Manipulation has been done. Market has taken all the liquidity, failed to trade the 50% of that week. That is a very specific week that has traded the fair value gap. Now any kind of buying opportunity, I'll go for that. According to the price action, market has cleared the sell side liquidity. This is the market structure shift. Any kind of fair value gap is going to be our 22 YT model, if it can make any kind of fair value gap, of course. If it doesn't make fair value gap, there is no trade. Oh, you are from Canada. How are you? I'm cool, man. I'm better now. I'm not asking any of you to copy my tricks. So if you would love to take the entry, that should be your own responsibility. In other opinion, it has cleared the sell side liquidity. This is the market structure shift. This is the fair value gap from 22 YT model. After trading this whole area, it should keep going higher. So that's my first opportunity. Let's see if it can take me. If I was looking for 22 YT model entry, I would wait for 3 candle. Within 3 candle, it has to come to this fair value gap. This is the first presented gap. I believe that both of you will be agreed. I mean, ICT himself and me, both of will be agree with this. There is no other fair value gap before this, so I would love to use this one. By the way, there is a volume imbalance, a bit volume imbalance, so it can be reacted from that volume imbalance. I missed it, but yeah, of course it can be reacted from this volume imbalance. I would love to see if it can tap to this fair value gap before going higher, but of course you have to be very careful about that volume imbalance. So from there, which has been traded already. Sorry to mention it before it happened. I think I have already missed the trade because it has traded the volume imbalance. But always remember, if you have the volume imbalance from the first presented gap, you have to take the entry from the volume imbalance. Otherwise, I would have get my boom already. Like, it was a nice boom. However, that was the opportunity to take the buy. Unfortunately, I missed it because of the volume imbalance. I didn't notice it before, and later I actually noticed it. I was more observing the first presented fair value gap. According to me, that was the theme actually. But yeah, it's okay. No need to worry about that. Why this market is bullish? Anybody can tell me that? Why it is bullish? The way I told this market will work is, does it work that way? Yeah, I missed it because of that volume imbalance, but otherwise, how was this explanation of the price action? This is called failed PTR. Market failed to trade the 50% of that week. Can I take my entry from here? Of course, you can take the entry from there. It is called chasing price. You want to chase the price? Go for it. I'm not interested to chase the market. Because Trump said buy. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for that boom, man. Okay, Trey, thanks for that boom, man. David, thanks for that penguin, brother. MK has taken the high. That's cool. Did he take it by body or by a shallow? If it has taken that high by a shallow run or by a week, it is still valid buy side liquidity. Of course, it is still valid as a buy side liquidity as NQ didn't take it yet. Which mentorship model you are trading with? I'm trading with the price action, brother. And with the price action, whichever entry I'm going to get, I will take it. So far I have missed this trade because of that volume balance. It tapped to this volume balance, which is the first fair value gap, first presented fair value gap, has provided me the entry. There is an order block entry, and I am not interested to take it, even though it's 16 handle, but I'm not interested to take it. Okay, so this candle tapped to this order block for the first time. Not interested to take it, but of course you guys can try it. Okay, if you want, you can try it. This is a perfect order block. Why order block? Because this candle has traded this bullish fair value gap. So this is an order block. If you are interested, you can take it. Because the stop loss is small, 16 handle only. I'm not confident, so I'm not taking. Because I will be judged. If it doesn't work, I will be judged. Trust me, man. So I have to go with the overconfident entry. Why did you put your target over here? I have seen here is 65, here is 85. So I just took 20 handle here, 20 handle risk. Most of the time I took 10 handle above the buy side liquidity. Here I just targeted 20 handle to see if it can give me 20 handle. Either way, I know that this market will come to this line. So just take a bit more risk. There is a rules for liquidity. If market has taken some liquidity, most of the time it go more than 10 handle above that liquidity level. So if you see here, this is that liquidity level, and you have to think about 10 handle. So here, that is the 10 handle. Most of the time it reach at least 10 handle. If you would love to take the entry from here, how you will take that entry? I will take the entry from the propulsion block. So propulsion block entry is my confirmed entry. I'll be confirmed about the propulsion to take that entry from the propulsion block if it makes that propulsion block. So for example, the next candle will close above this candle. I will take the entry from this propulsion block. But brother, it is in deep premium. Man, come on. I have already shown you how to read the deep premium and discount. It's not deep premium. So if the body can close above this candle now, I will take the entry from this propulsion block. I'm going to remove this line from my chart, which is the bicyclic line. Let's see, okay. And I have to cover the open of that order block. So here, if I take my entry there, my stop loss has to be here, which is 14 handle, not a big deal, okay. And we'll target somewhere. Please don't copy my trade. It's my request to all of you. I should be already in the market. I don't know. Okay. Now I'm in market. I will take a partial around. Okay, I got stopped out because it just tapped to the open. I will take re-entry if it go above this propulsion block one more time. I'll take re-entry over there. I covered the open of this water block, but wick did the damage, I guess, just by a tick. So I'll take re-entry over here. Just a bit, just a bit, just a bit. There you go. And stop loss will be the same area. So this time I guess my stop loss is a little bigger. I mean 15 handle, but it's okay. I'll take the partial around 25. All I have to cover the open of this order block. Okay, so I'm going to mark the open of this order block so that you can see where I have covered my stop loss. The best area is to cover the 50% of that order block. That is the best area, but don't want to take that risk because this first presented gap didn't trade it yet. So I will see if this market came here. Okay, I'll get stopped out here. If this market wants to come over here or it actually went higher, I believe it will go higher, but I have covered the open of this order block, even though it can trade the 50% of this one. I didn't want to take the huge risk. That's all. This time I'm not going to push any more bottom because I believe it will go higher, but I'm not going to take any more entries over here because I got 2 times stopped out over there. I should not get 2 times stopped out over there. So I'll let this run go. See this order block? Not there. This is the min threshold of that order block. I have to cover that order block, but either way I would get stopped out because of the wick did the damage. Either way I would get stopped out. So I'll just let this go and we'll wait for another opportunity. I'm just a bit afraid because this first presented gap didn't trade it yet. Yeah, it has traded the volume imbalance, but didn't trade that first presented gap. That is why I didn't take the huge risk for below this order block. I didn't take that risk. Something like this. I didn't take it. And I just covered that 15 handle. Something like that. My belief is it will work, but yeah, it stopped me out beforehand. Brother, it will make sense when it will hit. I mean, it will go toward the area I'm showing you. I'm just showing you that I didn't take the huge risk. I could do that. I could simply put the stop loss over there and then I could show you the boom. but I don't want to trade like that way. I would love to cover the open of this order block, and then I would love to see if it works or not. If it doesn't work like that way, I would let it go. Yeah, it can fall for this first presented gap one time. That is why I didn't take the huge risk. If this gap has been traded already here, not the volume balance, exactly that gap, I would take that risk until the low of this order block. I would take that risk. As it didn't do that is why I didn't take that risk. It will make sense while it will go over there. Until then it won't make sense, brother. Yes, sir, you are correct. I didn't wait for body close. I was watching the time, so it was exactly very near to the closing of this. So I pushed the button. I was afraid that maybe it will not tap to this propulsion block. So that's why I pushed the button. But yeah, you're right. I was little impatient. You'll see. I mean, what happened actually? It keep going high like this way. Okay, most of the time it do this type of things. That is why I was little afraid of this, and I pushed the button. But all I did wrong here, I put my stop loss. I could put it below this area because it's not going to be a huge loss, something like there. I could do that for the first time. As this first presented gap didn't work, that is why I was little afraid. But this run is so predictive. I mean predictive. The brother who told that he doesn't make any sense to take entry over here, this is what happened. It is not going to stop over here. It will come here and then it will stop. I was just bit confused here to put the stop loss because of the stop loss. It was a bit higher. Okay, if I saw that it would be like 18, 17, 18 handle, I would cover that order block, full order block. I would cover that, even though it didn't been traded. So I was asking for the precision that market will tap the open, which happened here. See, it has perfectly respected the open of this order block, but wick did the damage. And when wick did the damage, I really don't have anything to do. Sometimes shit happens, but this is so predictive, this market, that it should go higher. What was his name? Julia. Now did it make sense, brother? Julia, does it make sense now, brother? With the precision. That is why my stop loss was over here. The best area is to cover the min threshold. For the first time, if you get stopped out to the min threshold for the first time, maybe you got stopped out. The next time you take entry, you will never get stopped out if you cover the min threshold. Sometimes it is overzealous, can stop you out by a tick, but then boom. Yeah, of course, brother, you can put your stop loss wherever you want. The best area is to put this stop loss is here, just one tick below, two tick below this order block, just two tick below this order block, and I will never get stopped out. But I told you why I was not putting the stop loss over here, because I was little afraid that this market can come back again to trade this first presented gap. So I didn't see any logic to take that 23 handle loss by one entry. That is why I put my stop loss over here, and I got punished here. Tomorrow I'm not going to get punished. I will take the partial here and I will hold my trade until this low here. I will hold my trade until that low. Can I take the entry from this fair value gap? No, I can't take the entry from this fair value gap. Why? because is it going to be respected or not, I have no idea. So I can't take my entry from here. I have to wait for the order block to be traded. After trading this order block, can I take my entry over here? No, I can't take it. I need the confirmation. The propulsion block is the confirmation. While I got this propulsion block, I'm pretty much confident that it is going to go higher. Manipulation happened here. See this candle? It has done the manipulation. The manipulation happened here. Now it's time to fly. Market is in rush. I don't need to think about the manipulation. For example, as I told, if one candle could trade that first presented gap, just one tick, I would never ever get stopped out over here. I would put my stop loss exactly over here, 2 tick below that order block, will take my partial here. I would go for this area, and I was pretty much confident. I would be pretty much confident that it is coming here. Just it made me confused because market didn't tap to this first presented gap. It has traded the volume imbalance. So I was not looking for the liquidity taken here. Liquidity taken has been done over here. Did I talk one even for single time that I need to see the manipulation before the expansion? No. I told that it can trade the first fair value gap before going higher. But I'm pretty much confident it is going to hit my target without trading this first presented gap. But it was a logical thing if it could fall for this first presented gap. But it is what it is. Sometimes market doesn't work with the precision. I got stopped out, and I'm absolutely okay with that. Like yesterday, the entry I took here, I was doing it by myself. So here I was doing it by myself. Okay, while it tapped to this order block, I took my entry. Now remember, in this PM session Discord or the video, I showed you that my stop loss was below here, below that order block, 28 handle. I took that 28 handle risk yesterday for 133 handle. I took that risk because it was worthy to take that risk. But if you see today what I have done, I didn't cover the order block or even the mean threshold of that order block. I didn't cover it because it was not logical to me to put the stop loss below here. So here 23 handle was much more bigger for me. I will keep waiting. I'll keep looking for this buying opportunity. Okay, is that clear to all of you? The entry from here. And I was little impatient here because this thing happened. Most of the time this thing happened. This market just stop and keep going higher. So I was thinking that this run is going to happen here, not there, here. So I pushed my button immediately, and yeah, you see that it made me absolutely wrong. No, you can't do that. If this market is bullish, it has to keep leaving the bullish fair value gap. See this bullish fair value gap, it has to keep leaving this bullish fair value gap until this low. So you can't wait for that. It is in rush. If the market is in rush, you can't wait for this type of retracement. All the thing you are looking for, it has already done over here. See this area, that new day opening gap, and all of this volume imbalance with the big wick, the candle at the CE over here, it has already traded all the bullish PDRA, or the discount PDRA has been traded over here. Now I can't wait to see that this market will come here to this 15-minute bullish gap, then it will go higher. No, if it is in bullish, it is coming here, it should keep going higher. In the meantime, if it do any kind of consolidation here, I'll get another opportunity to take the buy. I'm sorry guys, because of this, I don't know anybody copied my trade or not, but please don't copy my trade. Okay, I'm able to tell you the way this market is going to work, but the stop loss, I always put tight stop loss. I love to work with the precision. That bad habit I get from ICT himself, because he put his stop loss very tight, and I got that bad habit from him, and I'm benefitable. Okay, I got benefit from putting tight stop loss most of the time. Yes, sometimes I get stopped out, but most of the time I get benefit. That is why I am not interested to improve my tight stop loss problem. I don't want to improve it. was 953 order block. This one, it is called middle order block. Middle order block doesn't work 90. I mean, I can't say 99% of the time, okay? So I will say that like 90% of the time it doesn't work. It is called middle order block. In this type of area, I see the low as my liquidity. So if it can take that low, I see the liquidity has been taken, another buying opportunity. It is called middle order block. And 90% of the time it doesn't work. So before taking entry is continuation liquidity taking is important. Man, come on, look over here. What happened? It has cleared the liquidity, right? Just what did I say over here? If it doesn't take the liquidity, instead of that, if it make a bullish fair value gap, I will wait for the liquidity taking here. Now when it has cleared the liquidity here, I don't need the liquidity taken here. No need to wait for the liquidity taken. Any kind of bullish PDRA is a buying opportunity. After that bullish PDRA, you got the bullish PDRA. Now this market is too far. I need the manipulation again. Manipulation, expansion, expansion, manipulation, expansion, manipulation, something like that. One expansion, one manipulation, something like that. You have to feel the market. Right now, without any manipulation, no buy is valid because it is called chasing price. You are going to chase the market. Here, there was no chasing price. Why? Because of the consequences. There is some consequences. Market went higher, trade that fair value gap, made the order block, trade that order block, unfilled fair value gap, continuation without manipulation called chasing price. I can't chase the market right now. By the way, that was a nice run, right? From here, here. It was a very nice run. 66 handle for 26 handle, 23 handle. The risk was awesome. Boom, weekly high inversion fair value gap. Boom was in at manipulation. I don't know what you are talking about, brother. Please explain about middle order block. I see no different there. Where is your manipulation? This is manipulation, right? This is the manipulation. Then this is the first order block, right? This is the first order block that has been traded. After this order block has been traded, is there any manipulation? No. What market is going to do? Every kind of opposite candle is to be supported, right? It is called middle order block. After the manipulation, the order block is the logical order block. When you will get the continuation without manipulation, the down close candle is going to support the market. If it is in rush, it is called middle order block. Most of the time it doesn't work. Do you get it, brother? Bro, how do you calculate handle? 21,100 to 21,101 is equal one handle. First presented gap. What did you ask, brother Carlos? Okay, now do you get it, Sachin? And Ballot, did you get the middle order block, brother? The difference between this order block and that order block. What is the difference between these two candles? I'm still in one line. So you guys can hear me. I'm pretty much confident. If you ask me any question, please reply while I will explain that on. Is that clear or not? Forget about everything. Tell me how this market is going for. Did you know that this is going to happen? Or were you thinking that this is a deep premium? So brother, please don't look for buy. How did you think? Those people who talk about the premium and discount, they have no idea how to look for the premium and discount. They will just say this is high, so it's premium, this is low, that is discount. No man. While taking the entries continuation, which type of liquidities I should look for? Single, of course, single low, single high, relatively equal lows, any kind of, just it has to take some low, that's all. Got it, sir. Thank you. Hi Tito, I've been struggling with psychology. Can you advise how to control and better myself? You have to stop over trading. I have already talked about that a lot of time, brother. If you can't stop over trading, you have to make sure that you have more account, and in every account go for one rules. I'm talking about the funded account, not the able account, because the able account you have to pass within 1 month, so it's not going to be applicable for the able account. For funded account, this is all for funded account. You have to have 5 account. If you can't stop over trading, you have to have 5 account, and then in 5 account, 1 account you can maximum take 1 winning trade or 2 losing trade. If you take 1 win, switch your account. If you take 2 loss, switch your account. Follow this, it will help you, brother. I promise it will help you. I got very much clearance now. Thank you. You're most welcome, Sachin. Why 930 is not order block? Why 930 is order block? My question is why 930 is order block? Why you are seeing this one as an order block? Of course that is a order block, but this candle, if I would love to use it as an order block, is absolutely highly risky, because around 930 without any first presented gap, taking entry highly risky because of the volatility. So while I get the first presented gap, I can use anything I want to use. So I need to wait for this first presented gap before saying anything as my PDRA. Of course it is first order block. If you watch this candle, which is the lowest down close body close candle, has traded this bullish fair value gap. Of course it is an order block. This candle has validated this order block, but market didn't trade the order block, so there was no entry opportunity. So I have missed the entry opportunity from the order block either way. It is of course the order block. Hey Maverick, if you go to our YouTube channel, you will find that there is a folder called London session. You can watch that. I have already talked about the London session over there. By the way, guys, you know that where this market is reaching for and how it is reaching for, right? All of you know that. Now, if it doesn't tap over here, instead of that it started to consolidation, then I will try to frame another buying opportunity. Let me check the entry around 645, because I'm showing you this right now. Okay. So this is the 630. Market entered into the 630. I have this relatively equal high. See, this is the relatively equal highs. Let me actually mark it so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. This is the relatively equal highs that has been cleared after 630. So what should I look for? Selling opportunity only selling displacement. Exactly from where? 7 AM. So this is the 7 AM. You have found the displacement, right? This is the displacement. You are looking for sell because market has cleared the buy side liquidity. There is a displacement, but where this displacement happened? Before 7. It is not acceptable because displacement you have got before 7. So you don't need to worry about to take sell here because you didn't get the displacement around 7. and then this market went higher, I will miss in every kind of buying opportunity over there. I'm not able to take the buy because market didn't clear the sell side liquidity. If it could clear the sell side liquidity, I could go for the buy from that displacement. I can force the market to say that this low and that low is the relatively equal lows, but I'm not interested to do that because this low has been taken over here by a body. See here, by the body has been taken, so it's not relatively equal lows or the shallow run or the obvious liquidity. So while this low after 6:30 has cleared that relatively equal lows, that was not my valid relatively equal lows. So I will miss the opportunity to trade this 7 AM kill zone trade today because market didn't give me the opportunity. Wow, brother, how did you know that this market is coming here? Okay guys, please don't give me any new lines, okay? Don't give me any new lines. I have already told that where I'm expecting, what I'm expecting, and exactly from where I'm expecting that. So until that area, I don't care about any other level. So please don't give me any other level. Before that area, before that low, if this market do some kind of consolidation, that means another buying opportunity to me. No, it can't be the order block, Sachin. I don't know, Gangjong, what is happening in ES. I don't trade ES, so I really don't know. Sorry, I'm late. What is your buy side target and why? This is the hourly last parabolic gap. This is my first buy side liquidity, and my last buy side liquidity is this weekly bearish parabolic gap, but the last parabolic gap. This too is my target for today. I don't have any buy side liquidity, by the way. I think Estrella, I have told you that why it is not my order block. Before this first presented gap is being appeared on the chart, I'm not seeing any candle as my order block. So after this first presented gap on my chart, before this gap, okay, before the gap, first parallel gap, before that gap, whatever I have here, I'm not going to use any kind of PDRA. No PDRA is valid to me. After this first presented gap, I will start to make my PDRA, order block, propulsion block, breaker block, fair value gap, 22 YT model, whatever it is, I'm going to use that after getting that first presented gap. While I was talking about 22 YT model, I have seen that market has cleared the sell side liquidity, market structure shift. This is the first PDRA I'm able to take the buy, first PDRA. Before that first presented gap, anything, I'm not going to catch them, or I'm not going to justify them as my PDRA, because until it is not appearing on the chart, this market can keep doing the volatility. Every PDRA can be volatile, I mean can be violated thousands of the time. You can watch other days, until the first presented gap, it keep violating order block, breaker block, everything keep getting violated. So that is why I'm not seeing this bullish PDRA. According to the rules, if you forget about the time, 9:30 time, of course that is the order block. According to the rules, that is the order block. But because of the time, 9:30, I'm not using this as my order block. Is that clear, brother? This is the middle order block. It is called middle order block. I don't like to use the middle order block. This is also middle order block, middle order block, middle order block. I don't like to use them until the manipulation is not there. Brother, it is respecting every down close candle. You wanna take buy? Please go for it. Don't wait for anything. I don't like to use them. most of the time I know that I will get stopped out. So I am not interested to build a bad habit. I would love to take the risk from this order block because it is going to work. I'm so much confident. But this type of order block, no, I'm not confident. And 90% of the time, it doesn't work. So to interrupt, but in your psychology class, when you were talking about 7 a.m., you allowed the type trade, but entry should be after 7. No, I just told that not only entry but also the displacement. I clearly going to repeat it one more time. Displacement has to happen from 7 a.m. Displacement has to happen from 7 a.m. So after 7 a.m. or around 7 a.m. if you get displacement and the entry, that is valid until 7:30. If you get the entry opportunity 6:59, not allowed. If you get the displacement 6:59, not allowed. It is very clear cut. Okay. Thanks to last hourly fair look up, got it. Yeah, that's cool. Now it came here. Any kind of retracement, it is acceptable. My trade is done for today. That is the first entry opportunity from first presented gap. That is the next entry opportunity from this order block or the propulsion block area. These two entry opportunity market has provided, but you got stopped out. Don't forget about that. All of my stop loss, forget about that. Order block, cover that order block, and then you see did you get stopped out or not. You don't need to copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. Never ever copy my trade. Order block, cover it, go for the trade. You knew it, this market is coming for this area. Until this market doesn't reach to this area, no kind of sell is valid. Now if it can provide me any kind of sell, though it is risky because market didn't came to this weekly last fair value gap, but still the retracement from this hourly last fair value gap is valid. So if there is any selling opportunity, I can look for that sell. Sujivan just passed my level. Congratulations, brother. Brother, why did you mark your objective? What do you mean by what did I mark my objective? Boom, I captured that last leg. Thanks, Tito. You're most welcome, Ben. That is the hourly last fair value gap. Go to your hourly chart and see, look for the hourly last fair value gap, you will get it. Hey Jamie, good morning, brother. Tell me, do you get it? Is this price action too easy? Is this price action too easy to read, or is it hard? Let me know. Thank you, JB. But brother, you told that you are going to get the retracement from here. No, I didn't say that. It can give some kind of retracement from here, but if it doesn't do that, it will reach to this low. So while it will reach this low, my target is done. That means I'm done about my buy run. Then I will start to look for the retracement. If it doesn't want to come for that 50%, exactly over there we have the buy side liquidity. But in the meantime, it can give me some kind of retracement from the last fair value from the hourly chart. It can do that. Nobody is replying. Weekly chart, where this market is reaching for here. Daily chart, where is this market reaching for? Entry fair value gap or the last fair value gap? More importantly, entry fair value gap. This market is reaching for this entry fair value gap before any kind of retracement. From hourly chart, where it should go first, at least until that last fair value gap. If it can break that last fair value gap, it is reaching for this relatively equal highs. See this relatively equal highs? It is reaching for that relatively equal highs. 15-minute chart. respected from this new opening gap, manipulation happened here, started to go higher. Where? First this hourly last gap, last this weekly last gap. It is reaching for these two level. How did you know that? I showed you. Got it. I had the daily fair value gap as target. I don't know where is the daily fair value gap, brother. Yes, sir, feeling confident. If you are talking about this daily fair value gap over here, this daily fair value gap, I told that I don't care about this gap, because this area I have this hourly gap. I need the precision or precise gap which I have had here.